pretty sure that if I play my cards right, this will be the last video I ever record without a mini mic. It could be now, but I'm too lazy to walk like 5 feet to my mailbox, so please enjoy the lower sound quality for the last time, okay? For the last time. I can't promise it's gonna be the very last time, but I'm gonna do my best. So, hey, let's dive into what is exciting right now. It is the fact that I have found out the core reason why I don't like when girls call me babe. It is the core reason I found out why I don't like when people call me bestie or best friend, or like we're so much, like when people jump into this like intimacy immediately that doesn't feel earned. That could be the end of the video. Bye, have a nice day, thank you. But really, it's always been a trigger to me, and I think it was part of the reason I like had a fear of other women. Well, it perpetuated that fear that I already had from my childhood, which I talked about somewhere, so check it out. But there's this false sense of intimacy. And by the way, men can do it too, but I just find it more with other women. And so if you call girls babe and that works for you, don't worry, there's a girl out there for you. And let me explain why it doesn't work for me. Here's what's happened. So recently I was at this event and somebody I didn't know came up to me and acted like we immediately had so much rapport. And we didn't really have any rapport. We'd never even met in real life. And so at first I was like, oh, fun, okay, cool. I can get behind like a hype vibe, whatever. But it was so much like, yes, we are great friends. It's so great to be with you. And all of these really odd things that just felt so off-putting to me. And then throughout the rest of this experience, this evening, this person was trying to connect with me in a multitude of ways, trying to make themselves useful, trying to then like coax me into doing certain things with them, trying to connect, but in such a way, and we maybe have all experienced this kind of person before who's just really pushy. And I could tell that this person was well aware of like the social cues and things that they would need to do in order to be accepted, like, oh, compliment or be of service or this and that. And they were trying all of these things, even giving a gift. And I'm sitting there feeling pretty overwhelmed, but not knowing like how to process, because it was also all happening so fast in real time. And I'm now looking back and I'm really clear, and it all occurred to me pretty much right then and there that you can't false intimacy your way into authentic connection. And it's my biggest pet peeve in the entire world when people do this. And as someone who grew up with a public figure in my family, I've really got good at identifying the qualities, the actions, the characteristics, the energy of someone who is just trying to climb you. And I realize that people think it's their one shot for some opportunity or one shot for even just connection. It's not always like, I need to plug my mixtape or get something out of you. Sometimes it's just, I think it's really cool and I want to connect with you so badly. But there is an energy and a desperation to that energy that feels so off-putting to the person on the other side. And it actually doesn't matter. Sometimes it's like you don't even have anything really like to offer that person. It could literally just be somebody you meet at a party. They don't know anything about you, but they just really want to connect with you. And there's like a forcefulness and there's a jump through all the lines, literally just completely jump the line of what it takes to actually really connect with you and just assume connection. Calling you bestie, calling you babe, calling you this, calling you... I do not fuck with that energy. That's clearly a pet peeve of mine because of my past. So again, some people are cool with that, like jumping right in and they can like buddy the whole thing. But I really need a slow, gradual, authentic build. I don't want to feel like we have 10 million things in common out the gate. I mean, if we do and it's really organic and authentic, cool. But like, the moment I see someone being like, same, me too, this one, oh my God, like, and it's completely just like, you know, you can also tell when that's authentic or not. It sometimes is like that. It really sometimes do be like that. But like, if we can get a little like dissonance first off, that I know you're being authentic, and I love that. I don't want you agreeing with everything I say. I don't want you to tell me that we're exactly the same. I want you to just be like, dude, whoa, that's really interesting, cool. Like, have your own wits about you and discernment. And that's something that as a people pleaser, I of course didn't used to have. I used to obviously just want to be liked. So that's also probably a trigger in me and of me that like I've been that girl in a way where I'm like, yes, 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 totally, yes, yes. Like, but now I see on the other side of that, like, I don't want to hang out with that person. I want to hang out with the person who has an opinion. I want to hang out with the person who might even be a little bit of a black sheep. Like, not because I'm like, I need that person to be like that, but because I just need a little authenticity going on. And I'd rather have such a stark difference in energy than feel like somebody's just trying to contort to me, or get something out of me, or appease me, or please me, or straight climb me. And so I'll just share this story. I have a really good friend now who is literally let me start from the top. We met in dance class. She was friends with some of my friends who I clicked with much quicker. And I found that this girl like didn't really have much interest in me. And honestly, I didn't have that much interest in her because I felt like she was like not super warm and open. And I am still very warm and open as a person, and that's okay because you can still be that but be authentic. So anyway, I was finding like I don't think this girl really gives a shit about me, and that's fine. And I do my thing, whatever. We overlap in some social circles. There's not much true connection between us. It's all good, blah blah blah. Time goes on, probably months go on, where we're just exposed to each other. We exchange a few little things here and there. We're just being ourselves, whatever. Eventually, we connect. And it happened through an authentic gathering, and we were both really on the same page in this really vulnerable moment where someone was sharing and we were both supporting that person, and it continued to grow. And then we had a few more instances like that where we found, oh, we really think a lot alike. Oh, this and that. Oh, your birthday is the day after my birthday? Oh, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Like, then we start pulling connection. Oh, your family's a lot like this? Oh, same with mine. We start to build very gradually in time until we got to a place where now we are like fucking boys. Like, we're so close. And it's like, I've never met someone who thinks quite like me in so many ways. It's wild. We have so much in common. The way that we see the world, the way that we like to interact with people, how we are in friendships, how we are in relationships, what drives us, what we're afraid of, the bravery. Like, we have so much in common that I'll have lots to plug on her soon because she's actually building up her own coaching career right now. Both very entrepreneurial, enjoy like the same things. It's really crazy. And when we're sitting there talking, it's almost like I feel like I'm talking to a sister I've never had. But I laugh now looking back at how that is the person that you'd think we would just click immediately in the room with, but it took substantial time. And I think part of the reason why it's the foundation is so strong is we really took the time to build that and figure each other out and not jump into some friendship. And that's the same as romantic relationships, even more so, because there's so much more at stake and like you're tied up in that a lot. But I look at the contrast and I'm like, I love that this girl barely gave me the light of day in the beginning because she was sussing me out. She's like, you're coming into my social group, into my life. You're showing up. Do I really want to invest my time and energy when I have such a rich, full life into another person? And she, I'm always somebody who's a lot like more, maybe warmer at first and more engaged. And yeah, but I just respect the hell out of that. So get to know someone and let it be organic. If you're interested, put yourself out there and say like, hey, we should get coffee sometime. But can you just pace yourself? And I didn't know what pacing myself ever meant because one, I like to go fast. Two, I had codependent tendencies, so on and so forth in friendships and romantic relationships especially. But yeah, can you just let yourself be exposed to that person? And if you have no other way to get to know them, can you just be authentic? Can you just be you and inquire and share that, yeah, maybe you're inspired by them in some way, shape, or form. Like, you don't have to hide like that you are interested in them as a person, but let it unfold. Just let it unfold. Like, put something out, release. See if you can receive something back. Put something out, release attachment. See if you can receive something back. Be genuinely interested in that person. See, like, if there's other motives there that are gonna get in the way, then I actually invite you to just be flat out honest about that. If you wanna get to something else through someone, just ask. I was just telling a friend this recently, that she was reaching out to someone she used to work with, and she really wanted a job. That's what she really wanted. But she was going through all this like rigmarole. Let's meet for coffee. Let's, do you have time? Like, I would love to catch up. Let's meet for coffee. And this person wasn't responding. And I was like, have you ever thought about just asking him straight up for what you want? Because at that point they had also had some rapport. They'd worked together. People are busy. And it's not that he doesn't like her, I'm sure, because she's great, blah, 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 blah. It's just that we're busy. We're all busy, and we don't have time to just sit and meet for coffee with an acquaintance. Sometimes it's just not what it is, especially if the energetics are, this person wants something from me. I personally, and maybe you disagree, let me know, but I am not a networker. I'm here to make authentic friendships and connections and then build and flow and grow together and help each other. I realize that's technically my network, but I just don't think of it at all like that. I look at, can I make a genuine connection? Do I really want to be involved in this person? For my work, there's so many people that I could and should connect with, and I definitely extend myself, I introduce myself, I see how it flows. If there's not an organic synergy and chemistry right there, and it feels like a lot of work for us to meet each other in the middle, just because that happens, not everybody is a perfect fit, combo, whatever, then I move on and I develop deeper connections with the people that I really do love connecting with. That feels really good to bounce ideas off of, to share creative concepts, to share vision and dreams and support one another, because there's always room. I'm 1 degree away from somebody else that if I really need to directly ask that person for something, I will just ask. I'm not going to go through the fake rigmarole of trying to show up and invite them to coffee or whatever. I would rather just say, hey, we met at this one point, so-and-so suggested I reach out. I would love for you to come to this thing, or it would really be helpful if this, do you know somebody that blah, blah, blah. Just be direct, because that saves so many people time, energy, effort, and then this really gross feeling of being climbed. Unless you can find a real, authentic, genuine reason for connecting with that person, just be direct and ask for what you want, because honesty is the best policy. And honestly, from my perspective, from being someone who's had a lot of people come to them needing something or trying to get through me to someone else or something else, honestly, I'm willing to help those people a lot, but they need to be fucking direct with me. And if they're not, it does not feel good. It's an immediate energetic ickiness that makes me write them off forever. And that sounds really harsh, but honestly, I'm pretty harsh about that stuff. Maybe there's room for difference. Okay, listen, there is room, but it's pretty small. So if I can tell that someone's using me for something else and they're not being direct about it, it's a no. If they're being direct, might help them, honestly. So that's where I am, and I just wanted to share that story and hope it inspires people to either put words behind why they don't like certain behaviors, or this people jumping the line to intimacy and connection. It's just, it feels really ick to me. And I invite you to tell the people in your life too, be direct with me. Just be direct. If you're direct, and I invite you to be direct. If you're direct, people can say no, but it's so much better than giving them the ick on that person just straight up tried to contrive a connection, and really this is all that they wanted. You have to be honest with yourself if that's what you're doing. And I'm not even saying that's not okay. Like I said, there are times where it's I don't know, I don't really see this person being my best friend, but I do know them, and I do think it's reasonable to ask to make a vision come true. If they can support and connect in some way on this, great. If they can't, great. So, and always remember, there can be reciprocity. Maybe you can exchange something. Ideally, that is the case, that we all have some reciprocal thing, and maybe it's not in the moment, but you pay them back in some way, shape, or form. through action, through connection, through whatever, but can you just be direct and honest? I think that would really change the whole way things operate. And maybe it's more like that in certain places than others, but I know because I spent a lot of time in California that just didn't feel like the main culture. People just aren't so direct. And I am trying to change that now with warmth and friendliness and authenticity. So yeah, I have another story probably for another time on false connection and why that really grinds my gears. But to me, connection is huge. Authenticity is huge. Honesty is huge. If those things aren't felt in the field, it is a no. Thanks for listening. I hope you have the most beautiful day. If you want authentic, real connection and to learn how to show up authentically in the world, because I know that's something that's not really taught to us. A lot of us are taught to fit a certain mold, smile and wave, be this little puppet thing and whatever. Come to my retreat happening January 15th through 18th on Maui with my personal sex, love, and intimacy coach, Laura Juergens. It's for women only, but it is all about authentic connection to yourself, your joy, and each other. And I really feel like that is one of my sweet spots in this world, is doing that in my own life now and helping people from a place that I really did not know how to do this before, showing you the ropes, allowing us to play in that space. And it's truly fun and light and lit and luscious and not heavy and like, ugh. It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna play our way into authenticity, alignment, joy, and connection. So come along if that sounds fun to you. We have 2 more rooms in the house. And then if you're a local here in Hawaii or you just wanna stay somewhere else, there are options for that as well, and it's much cheaper, but you gotta find your place to stay. Sorry, but no, it should be awesome. Check that out. The link is below in the description, so make sure that you get that information or send it to someone you think would have so much fun doing that with you or on their own. I hope that you have the most beautiful day. All my love.